Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today we have my mom back! Oh boy! And we're going to be talking about Dumbo. Dumbo's a 2019 theatrical release about a traveling circus that happens upon an elephant that can fly, and family, and Dumbo but worse. And it's directed by Tim Burton, cinematography by Ben Davis, editing by Chris Lebenzon, music by Danny Elfman, and it's written by Ehren Kruger. The film stars Colin Farrell as Holt Farrier, Michael Keaton as V.A. Vanderveer, Danny DeVito as Max Medici, Ava Green as Colette, Nico Parker as Millie, and Finley Hobbins as Joe. Development for the film began in 2014. They confirmed Tim Burton as director in 2015. They decided to go a completely different route while keeping the original core message. Will Smith was the first choice for Holt Farrier, but then they landed on Bill Hader, then Chris Pine, then Casey Affleck, and then they ended up with Colin Farrell. And then a ton of Tim Burton classic collaborations came back. They started filming in July of 2017. They had elephant puppets for the actors to act off of. They were on sound stages mostly, so weather wasn't a factor. 5 different VFX companies worked on the VFX for this. Had a $170 million budget, made $353.3 million in the box office. Not great, but not bad. Has a 46% Rotten Tomatoes consensus. Dumbo is held partly aloft by Tim Burton's visual flair, but a crowded canvas and overstretched story leave the live-action remake more workmanlike than wondrous. This is directed by Tim Burton. You know who that is?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great. Not a very big Tim Burton vibe. Only some of the stuff gave Tim Burton. But, like, if you look at Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, any of Frankenweenie, any of those, it's not giving Tim Burton. It's very visually, like, too colorful. And it's not as colorful as it could, and maybe some people think it should be for a Dumbo movie. It's, like, desaturated enough, but, like, Tim Burton, it's Tim Burton. So I feel like it's colorful for a Tim Burton movie.
I have to say, Jamie watched most of it with me, and at the end when it came up Tim Burton, he went, Tim Burton?
Yeah. There was just some stuff that gave Tim Burton, but I'll touch on those in their respective sections. But it is the least Tim Burton-looking movie I have seen from
that.
Tim Burton.
I agree, because I am familiar with his works.
100%. I think it looks fine. I think there's a lot of digital crap happening in this. Obviously, Dumbo and Mrs. Jumbo and any other of the animals are digital, which I respect, because then you're keeping animals safe, which is wonderful.
100%.
But there was some other digital stuff happening in this that I wasn't crazy about. That it just, like, I think that's another reason it potentially doesn't look as stylized as Tim Burton's stuff does, is because a lot of movies nowadays, they're doing so much digital stuff that everything has to be super blanketly lit for the green screen or blue screen or whatever screen they're using, and then they add in all the lighting during the digital and color phase, and that takes away a lot of, like, artistic opportunities.
So that I struggled with some of the time it being too dark, like lighting wise.
So that would have been the color.
Oh,
the color correction made it that dark, because I guarantee it was bright as when they were filming.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of green screen, digital. I mean, there was also a lot of practical sets they look like, but there was also a lot of just digital made up stuff. So it looks fine. I don't think there was anything particularly dynamic that I loved. I think Dumbo is cute. I think those big, cute eyes are adorable.
Yes, I agree.
And they did well on that. They made Dumbo super cute.
Yes, 100%.
I have a very interesting opening, because they're paying homage to the original Dumbo in the opening with the train.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Because do you remember the original Dumbo?
No, it's been a long time since I watched that.
This is where we're going to talk about this. The original Dumbo is the shortest animated Disney movie.
I was unaware of that.
It's 65 minutes.
Wow.
Which is an hour and 5 minutes for those who can't do the math. This is 2 hours and some change. Double the length easily. It's way too long. The movie's too long. It feels long. It's way too long. And then the opening was trying to pay homage to the opening of Dumbo. The opening of Dumbo is the circus train going through different areas, and a stork delivers all the animal babies, and the stork delivers Dumbo to Mrs. Jumbo, and while the train is moving. So like they were paying homage. I mean, there's even a moment like when the train is stopped that the stork comes and lands on the train car, and I was like, but he's not actually delivering the baby. They have it be realistic,
right?
But it's implied that then Mrs. Jumbo is having Dumbo in that moment. So like that was an interesting opening for me, especially because they were like going all over and they had the map and the montage, right? Indiana Jones moment. So that was interesting, but the movie is way too long. They took too many liberties for me. It feels long. It was kind of boring in parts for me. Do you think it was too long, or were you fine? I
didn't have an issue with length. I enjoyed all of it.
The music is very Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman does all of Tim Burton's movies, basically. So I thought the music felt very Charlie and the Chocolate Factory meets 2002 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Especially during the Pink Elephants on Parade, like, reimagining. Because they had the Pink Elephants on Parade theme in there from the original movie.
Was that the balloon? Or the bubbles?
Yes.
Okay.
So they had, like, that reimagining in there happening, but then the music behind that was giving, like, that in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then the 2002 Spider-Man also. You'd have to hear both themes, I think.
I would.
But they were definitely, to me, giving very traditional Danny Elfman. Even a little bit maybe Alice in Wonderland live action. A little influence in there, which it's Danny Elfman and Tim Burton. You're kind of expecting it. I was glad to have the Pink Elephants on Parade, because I know at the beginning of the movie they were like, no champagne for the elephants. And you're like, oh, but what about the Pink Elephants on Parade sequence? And then they just do it with the bubbles later, which I did enjoy.
I did enjoy that. The music, I'm listening to you, and I'm not aware of, you have the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I nothing stood out to me. Mm-hmm. But the way I was thinking when you were explaining that stuff is, I had all the feels. So
sure, I'm glad they included.
The music did play right for me.
Yeah, I'm glad they included "Baby Mine." "Baby Mine's" also an icon from the first one, and the fact that it played during the same scene. So sad. Mm-hmm. But shout out to Sharon Rooney, because Sharon Rooney was in a show that meant a lot to me in college called My Mad Fat Diary. And she's the mermaid lady who played the ukulele and sang Baby Mine. I feel like we might have very different opinions, because it sounds like you found it enjoyable.
It's funny, when I was having to watch this again, I didn't remember seeing it until I started it. And I thought, I know with your background and, and you're not a fan sometimes of the live action remakes.
Oh, sure.
That I kind of went in with a negative thought, but I did get past it and I did enjoy it. There were some things I didn't like about it, but overall, I enjoyed it.
What didn't you like about it?
I guess in the beginning with the father and the kids and, that kind of stuff was like, I didn't think was necessary, with his behavior or just even that, I guess they needed to get him into, why he's there and what he does and the relationship with the kids and stuff. I didn't think that was necessary.
Interesting. Okay, so there's parent death. The kid's mom has passed away. So let's get that out of the way. This is very interesting to me. I think Danny DeVito saves the movie. I think his character, he has the funniest lines that made me genuinely laugh out loud. Otherwise, I think this is not good. Aubrey had to constantly keep reminding me it was a Tim Burton movie. Because I was like, this girl is lifeless. Like, she's got the weirdest dialogue. And he'd be like, it's a Tim Burton movie. And I'd be like, of course, okay, yes, she's supposed to be lifeless. It's a Tim Burton movie. But because it doesn't look like a Tim Burton movie as much as Tim Burton movies normally look, and a lot of other characters aren't acting how they would normally act in a Tim Burton movie, it felt not like a Tim Burton movie. So, like, when this little girl is, like, saying stuff, I was all about, like, her being about the science. That was great, but she was so unemotional. I was having a problem. I was like, why is she so bad? Like, no, that's an acting note, but, like, I didn't care, for lack of a better word. And I feel like I get that the story was, like, the whole moral of the story is, like, don't keep animals in captivity. But the animal abuse throughout the movie was brutal. It was really hard.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I didn't, like, just, some of it was so unnecessary. And also, like, whatever Michael Keaton's character's name is, he doesn't show up till, like, halfway in the movie. And then for the first quarter, you got that guy who just decides he hates Mrs. Jumbo. And so you have, like, kind of two villains, and then a quarter of the movie that doesn't have a villain. So it feels very disjointed.
Yes.
Like, and weird there. And then, like, you're supposed to be having also this overarching story of a father that comes to have a relationship and evolve with his kids through the baby elephant. And that's so lazy and off to the side and could have been really meaningful and beautiful, but it was Tim Burton. And, like, Tim Burton has a thing, you know? And Tim Burton can be very good. Obviously, it's Tim Burton. He wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't Tim Burton. But I feel like, you know, and then lest we not point out the fact they took a movie about an elephant and made it about people. You know, there's no talking animals. In the first one, there's talking animals. It's just Mrs. Jumbo and Dumbo that don't speak. So they take away the talking animals. They make it all about the people in the circus. When the first movie's about, like, Dumbo being used and then finding out he has something special and getting to use that to be able to be with his mom, you know, and Timothy Mouse. Like, what the heck? Where's Timothy Mouse? Like, you know, so they took a movie about an elephant and made it about people, which I'm not crazy about. And then obviously they doubled the length and made it's not the original Dumbo, even a little bit.
No.
I feel like they cover the plot of the original Dumbo almost entirely in the first half of it, besides, like, getting reunited with Mrs. Jumbo.
Right.
And so, which is easy because the movie's twice the length, so of course. And I think it's interesting the way they tried to go with this. It's fine. It's a good moral of the story at the end. It was like a lot. I mean, it's Tim Burton, so it's gonna be darker, but Dumbo is not, I don't know. Like, Dumbo is dark, but it's 65 minutes. So it's not, like, dark for that long. Where this just felt like, kind of like, okay, like, a lot of animals are getting abused, and a lot of people are getting abused.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it just felt very not simpatico. But Danny DeVito did kill me. He had no witnesses at the beginning took me out when they were like, do you want to call in a vet? No witnesses! To Dumbo. And then later, is that a monkey at your desk? Only for emergencies. Hysterical. Took me out. Just like we practiced, except for the lights, music, fire, and crowds.
That like, was funny.
That made me laugh out loud so hard. I couldn't. And then, like, 3/4 of the way, I forgot where it was in the movie, but I, like, looked at Aubrey and I went, this is bad. Like, the movie's not good. And he was like, yeah. And then at the end, we were both like, it's fine, I guess. The brother to Millie, a completely unnecessary character. He does nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's very Millie centralized when it comes to the children. So I'm like, why does she even have a brother? Like, why is he here? She could have taught him to fly herself. She did not need her brother.
Wasn't he the one with the feather? And the peanuts?
Yeah, but she could have also has easily had the feather and the peanuts. Because she's a woman of science. So he just felt so unnecessary. The woman who flies Dumbo, also unnecessary. No idea where the woman who flies Dumbo came from, other than to give Colin Farrell's character a little bit of a romance arc, even though he just found out his wife died.
Arc?
And a mother figure arc for both Dumbo and children. I don't know. Felt weird. Unnecessary. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just fine.
I mean, it's not something that I would, make a point to watch again. But it gave me feels,
Yeah.
I cared about Mrs. Jumbo and Dumbo and
that's
the
like all I
kids,
cared about in the movie.
And I liked that they cared about Dumbo and wanted to protect him. And, I cared even about the carnival people when, they got let go and, I like that Danny DeVito stepped in at the end to help. And
yes, I agree.
His
I
character,
like all of that,
too.
It feels like I cared the
I'm a
most.
layman compared to what you...
Stop it.
I
cared most about Dumbo and Mrs. Jumbo.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And, I feel like there was a lot of, negative
I didn't
around
like
that.
the her on the chain and then the thing, but that was similar to the original, yes?
100%. She does get put away, and that's when the baby of mine sequence happens. But what I just didn't like, this one, the animal abuse is, elevated and rampant. Dumbo being stuck up high by the fire. Dumbo almost falling off that platform with no nets.
Yeah, right.
The guy having elephant skin boots and talking about skinning the elephants.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jumbo being pushed, prodded, which, they are not well taken care of.
Yeah, that's definitely dark stuff.
I mean, the original Dumbo, they are abused too. They make them, put up the tents and stuff. It's really not great, but I don't know. It felt very, ugh.
They both did, great. They're great actors. And
Alan Arkin appearance?
Yeah, I asked Jamie, I said, isn't that Alan Arkin?
Colin Farrell?
Yeah. I don't think this showed his quality of acting at all.
Not at all. I think this might be one of the worst performances I've seen from Colin Farrell.
Yes.
But because I know he's a good actor, I'm blaming Tim Burton.
Right.
I think Colin Farrell, you've seen Saving Mr. Banks.
Mm-hmm.
That's another Disney movie. Colin Farrell's performance in that movie moves me to tears.
Yeah,
so
he's a phenomenal actor. So when I was watching him in this, it was like, wow, this is not his quality of acting.
No.
But if you're saying that the little girl was lifeless, maybe, like you said, it's a Tim Burton thing.
I think it's a Tim Burton thing.
Yeah, but Danny and Michael. I mean, and Michael was so good that because I always say if I don't like them, they're doing a good job at their role. Right.
Yeah.
He did great.
I think Danny DeVito is the peak of this movie. He's what
Absolutely.
kept me okay, that was funny.
Yes.
Okay, this.
Yes.
Okay, that.
Yes.
And Danny DeVito just has a certain something, And then Michael Keaton did do a very good job as whatever his name is, villain.
I don't remember.
I don't remember what he's called. Villa. Vanderveer.
Oh yeah.
He obviously was fantastic. The girl, she was fine. The grown up.
Right.
The little girl, I like I've already mentioned, halfway through the movie, I was like, yo, she's lifeless. I'm getting nothing from her. I feel like she's bad at acting.
Right.
And Aubrey had to be like, it's Tim Burton. And I was like, oh my god, she's probably fine.
Even at where she threw the key into the fire talking to Dumbo?
Yeah.
I got a little feel there. Trying to encourage Dumbo and...
What did I say at that moment? What did I say? Oh, no. It was earlier in the movie. Okay. It's when she goes in after Mrs. Jumbo has been taken and Dumbo is, pouting. Mm-hmm. And she goes in to be with Dumbo. I turned to Aubrey and I went, I lost my mother, too. Because I was like, oh, God, here we go. And Aubrey was like, oh. He was like, oh, no. And then she didn't say it in so many words, but she, said stuff, and I was like, we get it. You both lost your moms.
Oh, wow.
So then later when she's, the key, she threw the key in the fire, and I was like, that was, one of the last things you had to your mom's. I would regret that.
I did. That was, I got the point, and I
get that she was trying to be you don't need the feather, but I feel like I feel like almost I would have felt like it was more meaningful if Colin Farrell's character was the one to convince Dumbo,
yes,
you don't need the feather to fly.
Right.
Because then it'd be, in a way, Colin Farrell convincing his daughter, you don't need that key to open any door to you.
That makes more sense.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would have been more impactful, but I get that it was, like, her and Dumbo had a thing, and, like, you know, whatever.
Right.
Even though the son is the one that gave the feather, so almost it should be whatever.
Right.
So it did not hit me as much as it hit you.
Okay.
Mostly because I was more like, I'd regret throwing that key in the fire. If you gave me a key necklace and that was like one of the last things I had that belonged to you, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, no, I want that key back, actually. But I get the sentiment, and I got the reason, obviously. Right. And it's obviously effective. But, like, at that point in the story, with how bonded Dumbo and those two kids were, I don't think it was necessary for her to throw that key in the fire. I think him wanting to save them is enough, and Colin Farrell being like, you don't need the feather to fly, buddy. The feather is just...
Yes.
That's whatever. True. I feel like it would have been more impactful if she didn't have to throw the key into the fire, but they set up the key, so they have to do something with the key, so then they do something with the key.
But I felt her acting at that moment was a little...
Oh, well, sure. I mean... Once I kept reminding myself it was Tim Burton, I'm like, she's probably actually taking direction very well. She's probably doing exactly what Tim Burton wanted her to do. It's just like, that was not the vibe because it was not as stylized as a Tim Burton movie and wasn't a typical Tim Burton story.
Right.
Favorite part? That they get away. They get to go
They get away and
India
you
or
see... well, I actually... them all together at the ship.
Oh, cute.
For them to get off. I would say that part. And then Dumbo actually flying around all the elephants, you know.
Yeah, that was good.
That, I would have to say, my favorite part.
My favorite part's
the
Danny
happy
DeVito.
ending! They're free!
Danny DeVito. That's my favorite part of the movie. He's so good.
Which part?
No, just
all of his
Danny
parts.
DeVito. He saved the movie for me, so he's my favorite part.
Cute.
No witnesses! Least favorite part for you?
When you know, Dad comes in the beginning.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, T. Mine's all the animal abuse. It was hard.
Well, that's a given. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it was hard for me. I don't know why, because I know it's all fake and everything, but it was just brutal for me to just watch through. I have seen this before. I did see it. And I don't remember, like, my full feelings on it the first time I ever saw it. I just remembered I feel like I liked it less this time. Than when I first saw.
I would probably say the same, but I still was entertained.
Yeah.
And I got feels when, you know, when Dumbo was sad, when the mom was taken, you know, when
the one thing
when
they got
Dumbo
right,
saved,
Dumbo's
you know,
so
with
cute.
the fire.
Would you recommend it?
No.
Okay. Probably not. Me either. Watch the original Dumbo. The original Dumbo.
It's okay. I mean,
isn't even my favorite movie, and I'd still rather watch the original Dumbo than this.
I mean, I did enjoy. I'm not saying that I would recommend somebody see it. No, but I mean, I enjoyed parts of it. You know that I was entertained. You know.
Would you watch it again?
No, I don't need to.
Same. I'm fine. Only thing I have left to say, which I've touched on here and there, is it's nothing like the original. It has a couple moments that are obviously paying homage to the original Dumbo, but it is the same. There's twice as much movie, so it can't be the same.
It is, no. I didn't... Well, and I don't really remember the animated Dumbo, just, you know. Yeah. So... But I know it's definitely not
the
original.
It's unlike it, completely. Okay, what would you rate it?
I would say a 5.
Oh, I guess a 6 for me. Because I do multiple.
You're getting all the little things inside.
Right. My opinion is a 5.
Oh, okay.
But because of all the the technical things, like the cinematography is not a 5. The cinematography is like a 7.
No, see, for me, I don't feel that way because I struggled with some of the darkness.
Sure, but so like if you broke it down, your ratings might be different.
Right. But overall, it's not horrible, but it's not, oh my God, go see it, so.
Right.
5 means that I did enjoy it and it was entertaining, but there was parts of it that I didn't care for.
What should we do, elephants?
Of course.
Okay.
5 Dumbos?
5 Dumbos. And I'm going to put the original animated Dumbo because that's how salty I am. And then mine is 6 Dumbos out of 10. I told him to be counting. I like this screen. Our parent death toll is... Cry count is still the same. Did not shed a tear because I didn't care. If I'm being so inclined and honest. Thanks for being here, Mom. As always, every year. I love you so much. I think everyone looks forward to it. Even though now I don't make you do things that are going to give me great bloopers. Okay. Cry count is the same. Follow me. If you want to keep up with the movie watching when, follow me on all socials. Check out my website. It's cool, okay? Please go look at it. You'll also be able to keep up with movie watching and then it's going to have all the counts where we are currently.
I love that.
It's very cool. Join Patreon. Tier starting at just $1. We get every video a week early. There's lots of fun and bonus stuff happening on Patreon right now. So go join. Okay? And buy merch! There's new merch. Go check it out.
Please. I have original.
Yeah, you have OG. It doesn't even have the ears anymore. It's a castle again.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is it. You have limited edition now. Because I got rid of the ears, so it's just the castle without the arch on the front now. They can't really see, but it's fine because it's in the opening. You can't follow my mom anywhere. She's mine. Okay.
Always and forever.
Until next time, kindly subscribe. I'm not in charge of your life. You are. So do you, and don't be Vanderveer about it, for sure. Or the guy that wanted
the whip and
or the guy that wanted the skin for new boots. Oh yeah, you have to decide. Are you in the whole thing or are you in just the opinion part? Opinion part? Yeah.
Sorry if I let you down.
What the
I didn't feel like I did well.
Take it back.
I take it back.
Did you go to film school?
No.
Right. I bring people here to voice their opinion on the movie they watched. Did you voice your opinion on the movie you watched?
I did.
Then you did a good job. Just because I can analyze something in a different way doesn't mean you did a bad job. Do you understand? So you understand.
I understand. I was just, the reason I was thinking that is like in the beginning I started like where I liked it more, but then listening to you I could see, so then I was like liking it less, So I was like, oh, I'm not doing very well.
No, I want you
to... I'm changing my mind all, because of...
I have changed my mind by something people have said here.
Oh, okay.
It's okay to change your mind if you hear other people talk.
Yeah. Well, when you started pointing out stuff, I was like, oh, yeah. So then
But it's also good that you voiced that,
But I did...
You were adamant about, it put me in the feels. I felt feels here. I felt feels here. That's great.
Yeah.
Some people overanalyze media and don't let themselves enjoy it. But we're sitting here, I wasn't crazy about Dumbo, but guess what? I loved the DCOM Freaky Friday because it was a musical that was based on the stage musical, so it sounds like actual musical numbers. And it's the lowest performing DCOM ever.
Wow.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
That's funny.
Everyone's going to have their opinions.
Right.
And Tim Burton... to be perfectly honest, Tim Burton, I either like the movie or I don't. For Tim Burton, usually.
That's actually the same for me. I loved Edward Scissorhands.
I love Edward Scissorhands. I love Beetlejuice.
I love Beetlejuice. But there are some that...
I'm not crazy about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm not crazy about Alice in Wonderland.
Or The Corpse Bride, or...
Corpse Bride is fine. Nightmare Before Christmas is good. I used to hate that. Not hate. I used to like it less as a child. I like Nightmare Before Christmas more now as an adult. Frankenweenie is good, especially like the short film he did of Frankenweenie before he did the actual animated movie. But that's good. But I'm not like, oh, Tim Burton. I like Batman. I do not like Batman Returns as much. But I do like Danny DeVito as Penguin.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
So please don't think you did a bad job.
Okay.
Promise?